pack, little pico de gallo. Stupid.
I'm not gonna lie, I might leave that in. Okay, ready? We're going.
Why do I have this?
We're going. Fucking throw me off. Throw me off.
Oh my
What's
God.
going on? Welcome back to Thinky Thoughts, the most American podcast in the country. This is my friend Aidan here.
Little ladies. Little cowboys and little ladies.
He's gonna play you.
I regret that so much.
You should.
I don't know who I am.
I don't know what's going on. He's gonna play us a little chord right now. We're gonna introduce you to our first sponsor.
Should we bring it in?
Just go for it. Just go for it. Have you ever wondered what it's like for your ears to be slathered with the waters of Yosemite Park? Try out the new Ford F-150 podcast. The first all-wheel, all-terrain, all-American podcast.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea why he wanted me to play the guitar. And I did not know that was coming. That's so funny.
Hi guys, welcome back.
Full all-terrain. I'm putting this down.
You put it down. Honestly, it's gonna get real shitty if you don't.
The full all-terrain podcast.
All-terrain, all-American podcast. Dude, I'm so happy we did that. I'm so happy we fucking did that. Well, hi guys, welcome back.
What's up?
Or we might have a little brogue on this one. Not a brogue, a little twang, as Aidan once put it.
Should we keep the twang?
I kind of like it.
I'm not gonna lie, I could do a mean twang.
I mean, twang?
Is that what it's called? I know it's like
no
a southern
fucking idea.
twang.
We're both from the north.
Yeah.
You know, the states that won. Sorry. I'm sorry. What's going on, bud?
Not much, man.
We're rocking again.
Good to see you
I like
again.
your shirt.
Thanks, buddy. Rachel picked it out.
Rachel picked it out.
Yeah.
Huh.
If it were up to me, like, and I don't want it to be. I'm not trying to, but I'm saying, like, I don't have a great sense of color, and so
you're racist?
No.
What?
No. I'm just saying, like, I wore a lot of black, and she helps pick out some great stuff. I need a little color. Oh God! Okay. I don't think I caused. I'm trying to get a little more color.
Try the new.
I hate that.
No, I can't.
God, what?
It's okay. We're here now.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
We're back.
What's going on, buddy?
I like your shirt. I didn't compliment
my
you.
Metallica ripoff shirt, which you pointed out to me that I didn't even realize.
I think it's funny because it's like the Metallica down little letters like thing, but the A looks like the A from Iron Maiden, so wait, I don't know who they're ripping off. The M looks like the M from Iron Maiden too.
They're ripping off America. That's what they're doing.
Spits harder.
Sorry.
Doesn't even have chew in, and you're like,
fucking, what's going on? But no, what I was gonna say is, you know what we didn't bring up last time?
What?
I know we're fucking talk about tattoos too much, but I got a new one.
Ooh!
And we didn't even fucking bring attention to it.
I'm just trying to pretend I haven't seen it yet, but I have. But show the cam.
Dude, stop. They don't know that.
It's sick.
I'm kidding.
I really like that tattoo,
Thank you, buddy.
Man.
Thank you. It says
it came out
once
so
more
cool.
onto the beat. Bro, shout out Williamsburg Tattoos. Yeah, wait. This one?
Shout out Williamsburg. But
my man Rustin, what's good?
The detail on the whole thing, but the Adam's apple.
Dude, I swear to God, I had a moment when I was looking at it. I was like, he even put an Adam's apple, and it's like, and it has the perfect amount of shading on it.
It's legit, man. The whole thing is sick.
I'm gonna put it a little closer to the camera so the guests can see it.
Yeah, stand up. That's so dope.
Thanks, buddy. I also got this one.
So you go to the
302. It's for my dad. His badge number. Shout out Jerry.
We're
doing it for you, pal. But yeah, man, he's the best. He's one of my favorites.
Does all yours?
Not all. He hasn't done all of them, but he's on like the last. Well, let me see. He's on this one, and this one. So he's done the last 4.
What's cool is like
5 actually. Sorry, 5.
He seems very versatile, and like the different, like, that's very traditional, like,
yeah. Oh, that's what I want
compared to that one over here where it's like more
this
portrait.
One's nuts. And you know what's crazy? He doesn't even specialize in any of these kinds of tattoos. He's always like a big realism guy.
Yeah.
And bro, I swear to God, it's like the man's a printer. Like you can give him a picture of just a human face. He'll fucking put it on someone's body like it's like, again, like he's fucking just going ring.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's
he's
awesome. Every time I see you with a new one, I'm like, I gotta catch up,
dude. For real,
I need more.
You know
how many you have now? Like, if you
I haven't counted in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Okay. A lot of people who know this little tiny one, they try and it's a semicolon. They say it doesn't count. I'm gonna say it counts for this.
That's when I said was the little ink tester.
Yeah, the one that goes ring.
Okay, so gun works.
Gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I forgot about your legs.
Yeah,
I want to get my legs done, but it's like my last.
I don't know what I'm gonna do on my legs. So I'm up to 7. Okay, right? I said 7, right?
I don't know.
I got to start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 16 tattoos.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It has been so fucking long since I counted, dude.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I couldn't tell you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm trying to get to the point. You know what I was going to ask you? I know we're talking about tattoos again, but it's something I like. I don't even care if we're talking about it again. Do you plan on like doing what I planned with this one, like filling it up with a patchwork, or are you like kind of? I've never seen, like, what are your plans for tattoos? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to be one of those guys, excluding. Mom, close your ears. I want to get one back here at some point.
Yeah, I wanted to do
but other
that
than that,
too.
I want to get like most of my body done.
Yeah, I mean, I'll always collect them. Like I don't have a plan of stopping, but I also don't have a plan in general. Like I get them as I go.
I get that.
Like some of them are like, I knew I wanted something along this lines
well,
for the past 3 years.
I've always wanted, I have a plan to like fill up this arm, but I'm doing like what you do, which is just filling it like as it goes. Like I'll like what I'm going to put there. But
this whole, like, I have a half sleeve up here that's all one like origin of like, I wanted it to be it's all like nautical themed.
Oh, that's
and, like,
sick. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. There's a ship, anchor.
I mean, I like just like your hat.
Lighthouse.
Nothing. I thought your hat was nautical. But as a segue, which I definitely now need to edit in here. Okay, ready? Hold on. Segue. Wait, I went the wrong way.
You're gonna hate yourself.
I already do. That's my secret, Cap. I always hate myself. No, but segues, just because I want to say it before I forget it. Last week we were talking about like music festivals and stuff, and I didn't get to ask you because me and you just went off into a whole bunch of other stuff. So like I know I always did. Like I spent a huge chunk of my life, not a huge chunk of it, but like a good chunk of my life going to festivals a lot.
Yeah.
But did you ever did you spend a lot of time just going to like festivals and stuff? Or were you always like, when you started going to festivals because you were like working as a DJ and you were like networking?
Yeah.
It was mainly that.
Well, I guess we talked briefly about how I like got into Ultra for like an hour. Yeah. Like did that. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. And I don't know if you count like, I guess Warped Tour counts as like kind of a festival. Yeah. But other than that, my goal was to not go to a festival until I played one, which happened in 2016 at Mysteryland. Was like my first actual full weekend like festival experience.
You just went.
Well, no, I played.
Oh, right. Okay, got you.
But like I also like I camped and like did the whole thing because I could. Like
isn't it the best?
Gave me the pass. I don't know how, like camp or whatever.
Did you like camping?
I loved it, dude. Yeah, it was because I wanted to like. I never had not that I didn't have the money, but like it was never a priority for me to like.
The things didn't line up.
Go to a festival, like I don't know beforehand, but so I was like, I want to do the whole thing, and I didn't play till Sunday. Yeah. And so I like got to experience it, which. Like in hindsight, like is like a long I didn't realize how long the weekend is, you know, like
it's a commitment.
Yeah, before,
you have to be like ready for it.
And then by the time I got to my set, I'm like, like here we go, here goes nothing. It's,
no, but the reason I brought it up though is
I've only been to a handful. I've only Mysteryland, the few hours at Ultra, and then Bisco.
Oh, see, because the reason I wanted to bring that up is because we didn't end up talking about it before, but like one of the reasons why I loved going to festival, and it's like still my favorite part is it's not like, you know, we were talking about how like, you know, the shows are just amazing and just like, you know, the things you get to experience in like a musical act, but like almost just as much as that, the thing I love the most is just like, you know, going with like a squad and like your family and stuff. Because, you know, Electric Forest in Rothbury has always been like that was always like the one we went to as like a group, like my family and stuff, you know, like John, Chris, Billy, Samina, all my friends and whatever. But no, it's funny you brought up how you were like, the first week you were like, okay, here we fucking go. The first time I went to Forest, which was like the first camping festival I ever went to, drastically underprepared. Drastically. Yeah. Like it was a fucking problem. To the point that like, I'm not going to say like I didn't enjoy it. It was one of the best times I ever went that first year, but we were so underprepared that like every following year after that, we were like, okay, we have a plan now. Yeah. Like we have like a checklist we prepare like weeks before and stuff. But the one thing about that and like how unprepared we were that like stands out to me is, so like a big part of going to Electric Forest is because almost everybody has to drive there and like park their car unless you're like staying in like the cabins or whatever, and then you fly or whatever. But a big part of that is about 2 miles outside of where like the ranch where it happens, there's a big Walmart, and it's always like it's such a big part of like the Electric Forest experience of going to that Walmart that even the Walmart prepares for it, and they put up signs that say like Electric Forest stuff, and they put out specific stuff for that, like just festival kids, like that's stacks dope. Of water and shit. And we were going there, and I was at the time we were stuffed in a car. It was like a Honda Civic. It was 4 of us, and we had like all of our shit. I had my mouse head right behind me, so like I was like this for the 12-hour drive, like all the way across the halfway across the United States. So by the time I got out, I was like, fuck, I need to like get out. I had like a panic. I had my first panic attack during a thunderstorm while we were going through that. But I was keeping it to myself because you know, it's one of the unsung rules. Like you freak it out, keep that shit to yourself. Yeah. You're not about to ruin everyone else's time. But I'm getting off track. Point is, so we get there, and instead of like buying the stuff we did right now, because you're having a panic. Hey, dude, right? Funny you mention it. I'm actually having a panic attack right now. No, but so one of the main things I remember is all the other festivals we went to were like, you know, just day ones where we'd go back to either like a hotel or our room after. Yeah. Or I mean like our house. So we were just used to like, you know, when you're at a fest, you know, you're partying, you're drinking or whatever, you're not like one chicken finger could sustain you for the rest of that day, right? So we weren't like, we didn't bring food or whatever, and it just didn't dawn us that we're like, oh, we're camping there, like we have to make like a whole camp, like a small civilization for ourselves. So I don't know why, but our friend Chris was already there the day before because he got an early pass. So we knew he had a grill, so we're like, oh, what's the only thing we should buy? And I'm not even joking you, it's the only food we bought for that year. It was one of those sticks that's like this big of just raw meat. Oh yeah. No seasoning. Ground beef, yes. No seasoning, no buns, no anything. We just bought that. Don't know why. And we thought it was the best idea at the time. Yeah. Because it's cheap. It's cheap. So anyway, we fast forward through the festival. We're already like dying as people, but again, still having the best time ever. And it got to the end of the day that we were looking at it. We're like, okay, we have to eat this because it's going to just go bad. Because we were running out of ice in the cooler. So we made it. And then we also, as we were cooking it, realized we're like, okay, so we don't have any seasoning. Holy shit, we don't even have plates. Oh no. Or utensils. The only thing we had was cups that were for beer pong. Yeah. So we're like, okay, whatever. I guess we just have to eat this beef in a cup. Looks like we're playing meat pong. So now you can anybody who's part of beer pong but with ground beef. You make it, you have to eat. Oh dude, eat your beef. I got the pong in there. You didn't eat the beef. Get out. No, but so you can ask anybody who's in my friend group. There's this it was called Beef Cup. And it's we called it Beef Cup, and it was the worst festival experience I've ever had. It was just, dude, it was like the last day, and it was in the morning, and it was just me, Chris, John, I think our friend Ashley at the time, and we were just sitting there silently just going just eating it because we had no other food.
Yeah.
And it was one of the worst times of our lives. Like, it was the worst. But after that, dude, we prepared so much more. And so it was just so funny.
You live and you learn.
Exactly. But no, the reason I'm like bringing up all this stuff and shit is because like, I again, like we were talking about like how, you know, it's all about the production and all this stuff, but like the friends and stuff, that's like the best part,
right,
in my opinion, of like going to shows and stuff. Like most of the memories I have from festivals are just like, you know, the dumb shit that like all of like that we've all said to each other and done, you know, it's shit like that I think is like the best part of like festival and stuff, which is like, it's gonna get to a point where, cause we're all pretty deep in the music industry now, so like we don't get to do that as much because we're working, but I wanted to that, you know, I took that shit for granted.
Yeah.
You know, pre-COVID and stuff, because it was just stuff we can do all the time. Bro, the last year, I didn't even realize, because I was just going to so many festivals and so many shows, that I was like, oh, like the amount of friends that are like my close friends that are just actually just in my hometown is like such a small percentage of my friends. So I was like, oh, I don't get to see so many of my friends, like most of my friends, because I'm not going to shows and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when we go to that, like I want you to like, you know, get in the shit with everybody.
Oh, I'm like,
I'm not even gonna like spend as much time backstage as I would.
Make me a beef cup, man. I'm down.
Dude, I'll make you beef cup. I'll do it for you. I'll do it all up. Dude, we'll do a shoey. We're not even in Australia, and we'll do a shoey.
We'll do a shoey.
You know what a shoey is?
Yeah, drink a beer out of your shoe.
Why is that a thing in Australia?
I don't know.
I guess when you're in a country where everything's trying to kill you, you might as well just do a shoey.
Yeah, what's a shoey? I love
those people.
You know?
Yeah, buddy. No, but dude, I love shit like that. I
don't remember, because I did not prepare well for mine.
Oh, for like Mysteryland
either. Yeah, where it's like, I don't think I brought really anything, because I was like, oh, I'll get like, and I think I did get like a few meal
tickets, but it's never enough.
And I don't remember like, because I know in the campgrounds itself, like there was food trucks and whatever it was like over there. But then there was another, there's like I don't know if it was like an artist lounge or what, but you went like, you know, where it's hard for me to picture it all now.
It's like a little section of the festival. It's not really backstage.
You walk up the hill. There's all the flags on your right. You walk up past like the merch. The ship stage is to the left, and you can keep going up the hill.
Yeah. We're talking about Bethel right now.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm pretty sure at the top of that hill, there was like a little thing with like cater. I
remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because I only had like, I don't remember how I got in, if it was the artist band or what, but like, I remember just like relying on that though, because I was like, I didn't bring anything to eat or drink. Like, luckily I was with like a few friends, like Dimitri was there, and
isn't it crazy that like I'm sorry, just to bring up Dimitri, like he's done so much stuff in the industry now, and like you know him and Jake know him. I've never met that guy.
Really?
I gotta meet him. I gotta meet that guy.
I forget how I met him in the first place, but because when I played, he was like, I'm pretty sure either just started working with me, because he managed me for like a little while.
Okay.
And so I'm pretty sure it was, I'm pretty sure that's because I ended up like camping with him and friends and stuff. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't know really anyone there other than them. And then Scotty came and met me there for a while. Right. So it was cool. Met some like a ton of good new people.
That's my favorite part, is like meeting people, dude. That's
so dope. Dude, did I tell you about that the first night? No. I just forget how like life changing that whole thing was for me, because I get there, it took so long to get in. I don't remember why, but like finding parking, I didn't know, like there was supposed to be like artist parking, all this stuff, and like getting to the festival, it was just such a shit show, like trying to get my parking pass, because I didn't buy it, like I didn't have it ahead of time, so I had to get there and then figure it out. And then like so it took hours to figure out, and then I ended up waiting up in this artist lot thing, and then like didn't get a ride down
that hill.
That
fucking hill,
which
dude.
Sucks, because like in hindsight too, like I didn't know where I was or anything, so I could have like taken, I don't know, half hour to bring. I didn't have so much stuff to where I couldn't just go down myself, but like I waited for like an hour and a half for a ride. It was like such a horribly managed thing. Like,
you know as far as that went. Yeah. You know, that reminds me of, you know, that like old quote in like the military, which is like, no plan survives contact with the enemy.
I don't know that.
It's just like, you know, you can plan a mission as much as you want, but it won't, like, everything's just gonna at some point go to shit and the plan's gonna have to change. That can easily be applied to festivals, which is like, no plan survives contact with a bunch of rowdy young people who want to listen to music. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's just chaos.
Such chaos, especially like that first day of trying to get in. So it took hours to get. I probably didn't get down to the campsite till like 5, 6 o'clock. Set my stuff up, got all figured out, and was like, okay, I want to like go listen to music. Like,
have fun.
I'm done. Like, I need to go up. So finally got over, and I don't remember the whole process because I like finally got in and then pretty much made it right to the main stage in time for the Chainsmokers were playing the first night.
Right.
And like, it was so...
What year was this again? 2016?
Yeah. The last year.
Big. Oh, I forgot that was the last year. I'm still so sad about that.
I know. It was, and like, definitely lucky I got to go. And
for sure.
But it was so like, I don't know. It was the best experience. Like, not to like,
that's what I mean.
I hate
it's
like
a
talking about my
experience.
shit like that, but like,
I get you. But it's like, it's a shitty experience, but you still love it. Like, bro, again, Beef Cup was one of the worst tasting meals in the world, but it's still one of my favorite festival memories is Beef Cup. Like, I laugh every single time I talk about it with my friends. It's my favorite.
It's just an experience. Yeah. But like the coolest part, like walking in, right? Chainsmokers are playing, get right into the crowd in time for them to drop my song. I was like, this is like, I'm literally... That's dreaming. Like, this is the weirdest
it's not real
experience of my life. And like, somehow, I don't even know how they got backstage, but a friend of mine, Kevin, and his buddy Brian, Saturday night, remember Skrillex saying happy birthday to Brian?
That was
that was my friend wasted. Brian.
Yeah, and he was wasted. And he fucked up playing Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, because that was your friend.
Yeah, which I don't know how that happened.
I have a vivid memory of that. That's nuts.
Because I remember I was all the way back in the crowd for Skrillex that night, and remember like I was like, wait a minute, that's my friend. Brian.
That's my Brian. That's so
like,
funny.
What? How? And but anyway, they were backstage for the Chainsmokers. Like, he knew Kevin was in contact with Alex somehow and like whatever. So I remember like that, because there's a video on stage of them playing my song too from him. And I was like, this is nuts. And then he texted me after.
That's one of those things you get to show your kids, like when we're old.
I'll be like, who's the Chainsmokers?
Like, who cares?
But they texted me and were like, yo, they want to meet you. What? And I was like, okay, like this is it was the crappiest morning, afternoon, and then like all this happening. I'm like, is this? And I had been drinking. I'm like, this is not real. Like, what is happening?
That's the yin and yang of the universe. But right then there. You got dealt the shittiest hand, they got the best one.
Down to the stage was a whole. We talked about in the last episode, like getting backstage and like finessing, and it's not like that at a festival.
No, it's so chaotic.
Not easy to. And I had an artist band. Yeah, and you can't get backstage at main stage unless you have a specific artist band. Like, because I remember being like I wasn't even, I didn't care about it, but like, because they texted me and were like, you got to meet them.
You were active in trying to get back there.
Yeah. So like, I remember showing security and they were like, oh, you need your friend, this and that. And like, ended up like, I don't know how it worked out, but my friend ended up coming and like grabbing me, like bringing me back, and got to like meet them and be like, yo, like, thanks. Like, it's dope to me, you got whatever. That's great, like, dude. Don't even remember the conversation. I was just,
it wasn't the important part,
dude.
You were in the moment, dude. That's the fucking best.
It was the crazy, and then that happened. The rest of the night happened, and then Skrillex Saturday. Like, it was just the craziest weekend. Like, never will forget.
Yeah, it's dude, because you know what it is too. That was, and you mentioned that Skrillex performance. That's so cool. That's so fucking cool. Nuts. But you know what? But the you brought up that Skrillex performance, and that is also like such a because that performance, you know, it was legendary. Yeah, it's still one of the best. People still talk about that Skrillex performance at Mysteryland to this day. But I mean, for a gaggle of reasons. But like the thing that always stuck to me is I at that time, that's when I like just started to be like, finagle my way backstage and start making like industry friends and connections like that. So all the people like I'm friends with now and stuff, like all of them were like, oh, I was there, like, and like it's in the idea that you could have told me back then that I was like, hey, all the people that you're gonna be friends with in a month, they're like surrounding you right now, they're everywhere. Yeah. All your friends are like everywhere. It's so crazy to me. And like this is not even related to what I was just talking about, but one of the craziest things that still sticks in my brain, and I still say to this day that Skrillex set is still the best set I've ever witnessed personally. Yeah. Right. And I remember all of us were looking at each other because we were, I need to kind of explain like the geography of this, where the main stage was, because for anyone who doesn't know, this is at Bethel Woods, which is where Woodstock happened. Mm-hmm. And they still do a crazy amount of concerts there. They build like a stadium, they do a bunch of country concerts there, they build a few stages. But they refuse to ever do a concert on the original grounds.
The holy grounds. That's where the campsite is.
It's on the other side. The campsite is on the hill opposite where they had all the the trailers, like where the artists stayed during Woodstock. The actual like hill, which where all those flags are, which is where like the crowd was. They don't do anything there. Okay, that's the the flags that was just an open field. They let you walk on it, but they don't do any shows there. Okay, because they even Skrillex said they're like, this is holy ground.
That's what it's called.
They call it that, like, actually? Yeah. Oh, that's fucking the amazing. Grounds. That's amazing to me. You know what I mean? I didn't even realize, as someone who like loves music as much as I do, I lived 30 minutes away from that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even make that connection. You're right there.
We didn't even camp. Like me and my friends, we didn't camp there. We just drove back to my house every night.
That's wild.
It's nuts. But the reason I bring that up is because like one of the most vivid memories I have of like a live performance was like all of my friends, because it got real. Okay, again, so back to this. So the main stage for Mysteryland was on a separate hill on the opposite side of that hill, and so like the main crowd, again, it was like just a wall of people because it was on the hill went up. So we were like just on the bottom of the hill, so we were above everybody like this. You know what I mean? So we were looking over everybody, and it was crowded as shit because everyone wanted to see Skrillex. And I remember all of our friends looking, because we were like this, like it was a sardine pit, and I know how I am. I'm an animal at like dubstep shows. I don't care. I'm gonna beat the shit out of everybody. We're getting into mosh pits, and I looked at all of our friends, and we were also with like a bunch of like girls, like my girlfriend at the time, who was like like chill, not crazy like that. And I looked at us, and we all looked at each other. We're like, "There's no fucking room," and we're like, "We're gonna make room. We're going to make room right now." And this was right before Skrillex went, "We're on fucking holy ground right now." And then right before he dropped a song, he goes, "Let's kick up some motherfucking grass." And like dropped a song, and everyone lost their minds. And then we just started like loose, and we had room for the rest of the show because we were so aggressive to everyone that wasn't our friend around us that everyone was like, oh, okay.
We're out of here.
We're not gonna stay near you. But no, it was.
He went so hard,
so fucking hard.
Because that's like right before the transition of like when he started experimenting more with like
other styles.
It
was like the last of like heavy Skrillex, like exclusively heavy Skrillex.
For an hour and a half.
And he was wasted. It was so funny.
So dope,
dude. I
remember too, because it started off with
Oh, I have that intro memorized. It started with a Star Wars song.
I have the whole thing on film, but like it started off for like 5 minutes of just like playing, and then like there was a point, I don't remember which song it was by then, but like when he dropped one song like a few minutes in, and then all the lasers kicked in. I remember just being like, wait, it gets better? Like, what?
Dude, that was, it's funny you mentioned lasers too, because I was talking to Jake earlier about it too. I was like, the best use of lasers at a show is when you don't use them for most of the show.
Right.
And you just, you don't even remind, like the crowd forgets they exist. And then right at the perfect song, you just go, and then everyone, it was like,
because that's the thing, it came on like you didn't expect them, and then like all at once it just like all the lasers happened, and you were like, what the hell is happening?
A video I still have of that show, and it was from that intro too. So, and I know this was a thing because it was like kind of like a tradition like Bass Nectar fans used to do.
Can we do that?
Sure.
Are we allowed to play that? I just want to see it now.
I mean, we can see it. We'll absolutely be able to see it, but I won't be able to play the audio, which is
I'll overdub it. Stop acting like a bitch. Put your hands up.
Please don't do that. No, but I'll pull it up. No, so it was like this weird tradition that Bass Center fans at the time did, where they would gather glow sticks, and they would you remember that scene in in 300 where they were like, we'll blot out the sun with arrows.
Oh yeah, all the arrows.
It was like
down.
that, but with glow sticks, right? And right when it popped off, you can still see it that like he hit it, and then it was just like a wave of glow sticks from like hundreds of people who all had like handfuls of them and just tossed them, bro. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen, like in my entire
Bass
life.
Nectar fans were on the rail for the whole weekend. He played Sunday.
100%. Yeah, dude, straight up. I've seen that's all I've ever seen. Hold on, let me switch this over.
Oh, this is the intro
right
in front of it too.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna skip ahead before I show
because there's a lot of like Star Wars. Picture the Star Wars theme.
But now imagine me. You know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm, for anyone who doesn't know, the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. Shout out Grand Admiral Thrawn. But so like him playing that was like crazy to me. Oh, good. The internet works again. Yeah, perfect. Hold on. Let me switch over the reaction cam. There we go. But yeah, look at this, dude. It was nuts. And come on, fucking get big. There we go. Yeah, but dude, I was literally like to the left of this, and right, this is exactly boom. You see that shit, dude? That's nuts. This is the craziest I've ever seen.
I just
a crowd
saw
go.
all the glow sticks too. That's
yeah,
so
it's
funny.
crazy, dude. And you know what's funny too? If anybody wants to look this up, just type in Skrillex Mysteryland 2016. It's like the first video. It says intro.
Best set you'll ever see.
Best set you'll ever see. And I remember there's just one guy in the back, like right when because he goes into this, and then he played like 4 songs like right in a row with the most perfect transitions I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. And he played that Wave Dash song Bang.
Oh,
and this was right when Wave Dash came out.
Yeah,
this was the first place I ever heard it, ever. Like, and it didn't come out for like months after that, right? And I remember he played that song right after this, and I just hear one guy in this video go, "Oh my God!" And every time I watch this video, I'm like, dude, same,
oh
right, bro?
God.
Dude, it's so
Wait,
good.
I want to see if the lasers kick in, because
that was definitely a little bit later in the show.
It wasn't that much later.
Let me see.
It was like
because we'll definitely be able to see it.
A few minutes in.
Dude, it's so good. It's so freaking good, man.
Because that's the thing. It's like already incredible.
Yeah.
Production, and then that happened, and I just remember losing my mind.
Mysteryland also, I wish more stages did it, because it wasn't, as you can see right here, and I'm not saying the production was bad, but it wasn't like LED screen heavy. Like, it's only in the middle right here, right? The main draw to this stage was just the artistry of it,
right? It was, and so
I've only ever
cool.
seen this and like Electric Forest do that, where like
EDC
the LED
does that too.
Yeah, that's true. They fucking do it to an degree.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But
yeah, because this one really only had the screen
right there,
him,
and then had a little tiny one on the top,
and
top. All it ever did was just rotate his logo the entire show. It was, dude. This show is just a different. You know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna play a little bit.
I really
of it.
just want to see the.
I don't even know the lasers are in this video. If I'm being honest with you,
it might not be in this one. But it's not that far into the set.
Why is it not letting me unmute it? Whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, dude. Like, where are we going with this? I don't even fucking know. Oh, I know where I was going with this. It actually had nothing to do with the show. I know where the thought process I was wanting to go. But no, you were talking about like the people you met, how like none of it, like, you know, none of it's planned. Yeah. So like my festival group, like my family, right? There's just, and I genuinely, I'm one of those people that I consider those people like like my actual family. We're going back to Electric Forest. This might have been the same year, right? Because it was the second forest I went to. We show up to the campgrounds. You've never been to forest, so how it works is you have to get in line, and they put your cars in rows, right? And they just keep going like that until you're at the farthest campsite, which is, for anybody who's been to forest, if you're in Camp Blueberry, you're fucked. You're the farthest from the festival, and it takes you legitimately like 20 minutes to walk to the festival, because Electric Forest is huge.
It's not bad. There's a far walk from here.
Yeah, but this was mainly hills. Like, that was the fucked up part about it. Like, we're getting past it. Point is, we got real lucky because, like, the hardest part of going to forest in the beginning is just making sure that you and all of your friends, because usually we're in like a convoy of at least 3 or 4 cars, are just behind each other in line, so that you can be next to each other in the campsite. But I remember we got there, and like, we were just setting up camp, because you remember you were talking like how it took so long to set up and so long to get your shit done. Exactly. So the reason why forest is so great is because you can get there on Wednesday. The festival doesn't start till Thursday, right? So you just get one day just to set up, get your camp ready, just hang out with your friends. And I remember we got there and we were just setting up, and we were setting up one of those, those tents.
Like the Easy Up thing?
Yeah, like you do it at like a tailgate.
Yeah.
Right? So we were just setting that up because what we did is we would put all of our cars to the side so that all of our tents can be in the middle, and we could just have like one little area in the middle just to hang out, right? Yeah. And I remember, shout out Dexter. Dexter, I miss you so much, buddy. The infamous Dex, bro. He just came up to me, and because I had a New York State flag, and we called our camp Camp Yonkers because we're fucking assholes. He goes, "You guys from New York?" We're like, "Yeah, we're from Connecticut." We're like, "Yo," right? And he looked at me and he's like, "Yo, we're setting up one of those things too. Do you guys just want to put them together?"
Wait, I only know one Dex. I wonder if it's the same kid.
Does he have like long hair?
No.
Kind of. No. All right. No, not same guy. But he did that, and we vibe with those guys so much. Like in the first day that they just came to the rest of the festival with us, and now we go to every festival with them.
That's so dope.
And it's my favorite thing. Like it just took that of him just going, "Hey, dude, you want to put our tents together?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." Friends. And it was just me and him saying that, and then like our whole group doubled in size. You know what I mean?
That's so dope.
It was my favorite.
That's why I want more festival experiences like that, because everyone's on that same wavelength of like.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Yeah. If you would ever, even concerts can be a little different, but like from my few festival experiences, is like it's such a great opportunity to meet friends, because one, you're all there obviously for the same.
Everyone's having a good
reason,
time,
the same taste, and all that. Sorry, I just realized I'm talking far away.
That's okay. Get in there.
Oh, this just popped in my head. But one more cool, crazy story from Mysteryland. Just send it. I'm just so into Mysteryland.
You guys, our job right now is just to talk. So please continue.
Thinky Thoughts, baby. And shout out this kid David, man. Like the first.
Shout out David.
Yeah. I just can't remember your last name, and I'm sorry, but first like.
He doesn't actually
genuine like fan I ever had. I'm walking through Mysteryland. Yeah. I think it was that first night, because I want to say it was like when I started, the video I have of the Chainsmokers playing was from like far away. Yeah. And then I moved down to go to the stage, and it was on the way to the gate. I'm walking through the crowd of how many people? Like
thousands.
40,000. It's a lot of people.
It was an absurd amount of people.
And I hear Dap. I'm like, what?
Huh? Like me? Because I imagine everybody calls you by your name, which is Aidan.
And I was just like, what? And this kid goes, yo. And he like calls me over and starts talking to me, and like, I'm pretty drunk, but like, so I don't remember the whole conversation, but it was something like, I love your music, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, I have something for you. And he whips out candy that says Dab. I still have it to this day,
dude. That's
and
so
I remember being
sick.
Like, this is the craziest thing that's ever like. Yeah, because to me, I'm like nobody still at that time. Like, I haven't done anything. Dude, like, because I don't know.
That's like the best part about like the dance music stuff. It's really about like the community and stuff, and like people being friends. And that's like the hardest part to explain to someone who hasn't been to it. It's like, almost everyone's been to a concert, or at least seen what a concert's like. You know what I mean? They know that, and that you can be like, oh, the stage is using production, but like, it's so hard to explain. Be like, bro, you're just gonna make so many friends, even if you don't intend to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that was just a crazy coincidence of like walking by, like how he recognized me.
Dude,
I don't know.
If you were 10 feet over, there's 40 people in front of you, and now you guys would have never seen each other.
And if I never walked down that way to go, like, because he was down towards the front. Yeah. And then I ended up following him. I haven't talked to him in a while, but David, man.
Shout out you, dude.
Made me feel awesome. But dude,
that's like, it's super cool. That's like, I want to focus on like, it's
the whole weekend was.
Yeah. Dude, I'm sorry, I'm full talking.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
I'm a little drunk right now. Give me a break, please.
You're a little drunk?
A little bit.
Oh, news to me.
Oh, is you've been sitting here.
I thought those were Red Bull. I'm drinking a Red Bull over here. I thought you were just getting jazzed up on caffeine.
No, bro, I've been drinking a little bit. Where have you been?
Drinking water and Red Bull.
Oh, you're getting
jeez.
Oh shit.
Having your own Mysteryland over here. Yeah, no, I just had that thought because I was just trying to think of like other crazy things that happened that weekend. I got to go up on the boat stage at one point.
That was one of my favorite stages.
Ron Renaissance. Uptown Ron's his name now.
Oh, dude, it's funny. I'm sorry, real quick, hold on to your story.
All those guys from
from like the New York rave scene and stuff.
Yeah, I forget. They had like a... Who wasn't paying on? That was another thing. But I can't remember the other dude's name that ran it. He had like a little thing, and the boat stage had like all their artists the first night or whatever.
Yeah. But no, but it's funny you mentioned Uptown Ron, because like he's one of those dudes for like a minute, like, because you know, if once you get into like a music scene, especially one that's like small, like dance music or like metal or whatever, you'll notice it's very geographically, like at least like specific ones, like it's all based on geography. So like, you know, like the New York rave scene, everyone fucking knows everybody, right? Because it's like high school, you know what I mean? Like there's this small group of people that constantly go. So like I've always known about it. I'm just gonna say, shout out Uptown Ron. This whole story's about you.
You're the man, Ron.
You're the man. And like it was like high school. I've always like known about him. You know, there's probably been 1,000 times where I was in a green room. I was like, dude, what's up? You know, nice shit. But I never like had a moment to like connect and talk to him. And it wasn't until like recently where he did this was like pre-pandemic. He was doing like a small like live stream show, and like Jake and Maddie, they're like, yo, we're gonna go. There's no one there. You know, we're not like breaking quarantine or whatever. It's not like a gathering or anything. It was just a few guys in a small room. I was like, I'll fucking go. Like I miss live music, you know, even if it's just a guy in a room and I'm just hearing it on speakers. Great. Yeah. So we go to that, and then we go to his apartment after. And it wasn't until like me and him just started talking, because I was like, yo, sick apartment, whatever. And he was just telling me about how he got this like the Daft Punk 2007 live album, which is like, you know, their most famous album or whatever. Not one of the most famous albums, but it's a real, for like Daft Punk fans. Also fucking R.I.P. Daft Punk. I'm so sad about it. Anyway, but I remember like he just started talking, and he showed me this he had the like it's like the Daft Punk font, like from that era, you know, where it's like kind of like jagged or whatever, and like it's almost italic or whatever. Yeah. But it said Alive, and he had that tattooed on his arm, and he was like, bro, you think I like, because we didn't know that like I love, like we both loved Daft Punk at the time. He was like, bro, look at my tattoo, and it said Alive, and I was like, bro. And I went like this, and I pointed at my Daft Punk tattoo. He was like, bro. And I was like, oh my God, are we best friends now? And like, we had like that Step Brothers moment. I was like, did we just become best friends?
Want to
like,
go do karate in the garage?
Yeah, straight up. That's how. And I was so happy to have that moment. And like, it was also one of those things where I had a moment. I was like, bro, I've known you for years, right? Like literal years. And me and you have never talked about it. Like, it's just, I love moments like that. Like that's why like I love like the dance music community, because it's just so like tight knit, and people just like want to just like hang out and love each other. Feel
sometimes it's such a small world.
Correct.
That's like, and the I've never experienced like a long time in another place of being involved with the scene so much, other than the New York scene, because like even being from Connecticut, like it's the Webster Hall, like that was
New York is the center of the dance music scene in the East Coast. Yeah.
So like
Philly, everyone comes here.
All those kids like Ron, the Yuki boys, like everyone
seeing
that was
their
Aidan,
rise was my favorite
Callie,
thing in the world.
Like it's just cool that like you can. And years later, like I could still go and see like Richie, Black Sheep, and like,
bro, those dudes are my family. Those dudes, like the Vision Boys, like him, Ruvlo, Matt. Those are my boys right there, dude.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Matt was.
You know, I played the first Vision show ever.
Dude,
honored.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Straight up. Like Visions, like Matt ran Vision. He's the one who gave me my first steady.
Maddie,
dude, he's my boy right there. That's my boy. Shout out you and Taylor. Shout out you and Taylor. I miss both of you dearly.
I haven't seen them in so long,
bro. But he was like the first one who gave me like a steady dance music job. He was like he looked at me because I just started doing like some stuff with like Heartbeats and other stuff. And I was just talking to him one day in a green room, and I was just telling him about what I was doing. He was like, hey, dude, do you want to like be the stage manager for Vision shows? And I was like, absolutely. And then like I was that's what I did for Visions for a while. And I feel like so happy that I got to like be a part of that and stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of hard to describe with like smaller genres and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're trying to, but like it's really like if I feel like I contributed to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like it was something that I loved, and it was something that like was such a huge part of my life, which was like dance music in New York or whatever. So like to get to even be like a part in like such a small show or whatever, they weren't small shows, because there was a point where Visions right before the pandemic hit was like, what's this?
First one ever.
Dude, no way.
And I remember it got moved too. It was a smaller show, but
were they doing it at the Knitting Factory at this point or no?
No, it was in I can't remember because it moved. Yeah. like last second, and it was like a downstairs like bar type thing. It was maybe like 100 people cap. Like it was small, but like it was all of us just vibing. It's just homies,
like, dude.
By the end, we all ended up like on stage because I think Black Sheep closed it out. And what's the song he did with Yanir?
Oh fuck!
They had like just made it.
We gotta have him on here. Him and Ruffalo. We gotta have both of them on here.
Dope,
straight. I'm gonna message them after this.
Make it happen, man.
I will.
Visions, Thinky
dude,
Thoughts
I still have a video on my phone, and it was. I can't remember which anniversary it was. It was either the first anniversary or second anniversary of just like a Vision show. And this is when they finally like moved to the Knitting Factory, because after like Webster closed, and Slate closed, and there was like a few other small venues. There wasn't really like a home for like New York, like dubstep and like bass music where like, cause you know, like I said, like, you know, dance music is one big genre, but it's actually made up of a bunch of smaller subgenres that are like really kind of separate from each other.
Well, especially in New York, that's a
especially in New York,
not like it's very defined, but like people like what they like
exactly. And I think it's because in New York you have every option. You know what I mean? So just people did that, but like it's eventually like the Knitting Factory became like a place. Like that's where all the Never Say Die shows. That's where a lot of the Disciple shows were for a while, and that's where I got to work with like artists I love. Dude, I got to work with like Trampa and Barely Alive.
That's dope.
I got to talk to that dude. That's still one of my like all my favorite experiences. But anyway, so I think it was like their second or like third anniversary. I don't know, but I remember it was just Richie. And you remember you've been to the Knitting Factory, right?
I think like once.
Anyway, there's like two green rooms. There's one like small one. It's got red walls. And I remember Richie was just standing on a table and he had a bottle of champagne. He was just like, and nobody's gonna fucking stop it. He made like a whole speech about the
I saw that video.
And he fucking like, I was right there. I was like, yeah, it's like I love those guys.
Was Jake there? Because I saw a video of, unless I think they like posted the video.
I think
like
he was.
They might have,
but that was also my favorite part about like hanging out with Jake, because that's when I started like really like heavily started like coming to Connecticut to hang out with like you guys and stuff. Is that was before we started talking a lot, so like I wouldn't know when Jake and Maddie would go to shows, and I would just be at a show and they would just pop in a green room and I'd be like, hey guys, what's
that was like
up?
every time I saw you, it was always just on a whim. Like
and I would always be loaded at that point, so I'd be like yelling and shit.
And I only knew you as Gerardlstein because after a show one night, like drunk, we were in the car and you like
dude that was at the TPA. It was at TPA.
It was TPA.
That was the first time me and you truly like hung out. Like,
that's what it was. Yeah, because there's a video of us two walking down
to go to a bar, right?
The street afterwards,
in
and
Manhattan,
you just go gang, like you pop up in the thing. Yeah, that was the first night we
all
chilled.
Wearing black dad hats for some reason, because that was just the style of dance music at that point.
Yeah, that's
black dad hats.
Yeah, and you were Gerardlstein forever. That's like how I knew you for a few years.
You know, that was also the same day. Up. Yeah, that was the same day I called out Jake, because I vividly remember this. I was sitting in the front seat of your red Mustang, and I was talking to you. We were having the conversation you're talking about right now, and you were like, "Oh yeah, sorry, dude. If I forgot your name, I'm just gonna call you Gerardlstein, whatever." I'm like, "It's fine." I was like, "I'm friends with Jake. He doesn't even remember my actual name." You're like, "What do you mean?" I go, "Hey Jake, what's my name?" He goes, "Haha, Lorard," which is like my Twitter handle and like my handles on like all social media and stuff. I go, "Haha, yeah, no, Jake, but what's my actual name?" He goes, "Haha, Lorard." I was like, "See, he doesn't fucking know shit, dude."
Oh, dude, I remember that.
Dude, I miss those so days, much fun. Man. That was like a pocket of like dance music, dude. It was the best.
TPA. I wonder if that's still around.
I don't think it is.
If my name's still on the wall.
Your name was
we all signed the wall.
God, that was actually. I'm realizing that's where I met Uptown Rob.
Probably.
That's the moment I met Uptown Rob.
I think he played.
He also got to get on the show. I got to get him. We got to get him on here.
When Callie and I put Wobble out, we did. Yeah, because she was like.
I forgot you made a song with her.
That was the one the Chainsmokers dropped.
She's been doing good.
She was, I don't know if she was a student or something at TPA, but she was like heavily involved there.
Yeah.
So she got us like a release party. It was a remix release party, something, because we did a remix album and Ron did one.
Yeah. For those who don't know, TPA was a like a music production school in Manhattan. Yeah. That also like they would teach you DJing or production stuff or whatever, and they would also do like some like small shows because they had this floor that lit up. It was nuts.
So cool. Well, because there was all these like desks of CDJs and stuff to like practice at, and then there was one like little stage at the very end.
Yeah.
with CDJs and they would do so it was all live stream sets. Like there would be a handful of people at the show.
Yeah.
It was 30, 40 people.
The best fucking times.
It was all live stream shows.
I miss that, dude.
So
before live stream shows were the fucking standard.
That was so Ron played, Richie played. Yeah. It was such a good time. And then at the end, Ghastly and Brills showed up and played.
Oh, I was definitely at this. I was 100% at. Was this the same night?
The Wobble remix thing. I forget what we called it.
This is the problem about those nights. Is like this was. It's fine. Go ahead. I'll just talk. Yeah. This was like at the time, at least I'm talking personally for me, where I called it like the redlining part of my like dance music career, which was like I still go to as many shows as I can, but I was going to every show I could at the time. I was going to like 2 to 3 shows a weekend every weekend for like 2 straight years, right? And like the problem with that is that like me and you, like with like that release party and me and you hanging out at TPA, that could have been 5 different shows or it was all on the same night. I have no fucking idea. Let me see.
This is such a fun
it was a Fool's
lineup.
Gold party?
Well, no, because we released the song on Fool's Gold.
Oh, got you. Oh, and Fight Club, dude.
Those guys are nuts. They were such a good time, dude. That whole
Renaissance, I forgot that was his name for a minute. Oh, dude, I love it.
But then it says like special guest. I don't even know.
And a very special guest. Yeah.
Brills and Ghastly, man.
You know, I love when
Shout out Ghastly.
He's such a cool dude.
He was such a good dude to me for.
Yeah. He's a real like kind dude. He's one of those dudes too. And I really can't say that this is like a dance music thing because I'm not really heavily involved in any other part of the music industry except the dance music part of it. But like, there's so many dudes in there who just want to be like, oh, dude, you're dope. I'm gonna try and like do as much as I can to like make you have a come up. You know what I mean? Like they just want to help everybody, and that's why I love like I guess that's like kind of like the general theme I'm going for here and all of it. It's just dance music is my favorite because of like the community.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's the best part.
It's just it was, and that's the same thing transitioning from all the old metal shows you would go to and I would go to. It was like that obviously like very from different. An outside, not different, but like similar. In the sense of like from an outside perspective, it looks like chaos, like
just a bunch of kids in a room beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, but then like they're also the same people that is like as soon as somebody falls down in the crowd, like everyone's picking you up.
Oh
and
yeah,
like,
bro.
It's the same, a little different obviously, but in the music or EDM, it's like,
dude, I've seen the most vicious mosh pits stop on a dime because someone fell.
Yeah,
and like if everyone just stops, picks them up, the moment you're up, you're back in it. You know what I mean? I love shit like that.
I think mosh pits are at electronic shows are funny, but
I mean, it makes sense at dubstep shows to me.
Yeah.
But like when I see people moshing at like a Fisher show, all I think I'm like, what the fuck are any of you doing right now?
But it's the same thing
frat
as
bros
like,
that do it, but like the wrong time.
You're like, what is happening?
What's going on, buddy?
I remember seeing that at I went to a ska show one time, and it's a little different because it's like that's like punk related, I guess. So like, what do they call it? Skanking, where it's like it's like a mosh pit, but you're
throwing your legs and stuff. Like, yeah, you're doing this shit.
I rember being like, what? Because I would go to metal shows all the time, and I was like, this is different. Like, but
yeah, I know what you mean, dude. If we're breaking up mosh pits though, there was one time.
I also made a song called "We Made This for Mosh Pits," so I guess I have to like.
You're kind of a part you're a part of the problem.
Yeah. But it's also a very heavy song
for sure,
with like metal guitars and.
But no, I have a vivid memory of it was a Yuki show. Ooh. It was like one of like it was at the Knitting Factory. And I think it was it wasn't their first headline show in New York because I also was a part of that. And I have different stories for that. But it was Jake and Maddie and Alex were there and shit, right? And I remember, again, I might be getting details of this wrong because I know Alex listened to this and you might like yell at me about details later. But I remember one of the Yuki boys turned to Maddie, was like, yo, we're about to throw some shit down. Can you get in the pit and like kick it off? And I don't think people realize telling Maddie and Alex, who like spent a ginormous amount of their time like hardcore shows,
like
where like mosh pits are fucking shows. Different,
not like metalcore shows.
Exactly, like mosh pits, like like every time I go to mosh pit, I'm like, oh, let's go beat the shit out of people. I'm not really beating the shit out of people. Maddie and Alex, like they love genuinely beating the shit out of people, right?
Yeah, that's the goal.
So the goal is to fucking like do that. And I remember watching fucking, I just saw I didn't hear the conversation. I found out like later that's what they said. I just saw Maddie and Alex jump off the stage, and I was just loaded, like just wasted. I was like, I'll fucking go see what they're doing. Yeah. And I went in there, and they just started kicking it off in the Knitting Factory. And I had a distinct moment where I watched Maddie like grab a dude and just toss him. And I was like, Maddie knows me. I know damn well if he comes in contact with me, he's gonna throw me so hard. And I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got back on stage so quick.
Dude, I love Maddie. Like, genuine, nice
the man's
guy.
My brother. Man's my
but
brother.
If you put him in a mosh pit,
that's my favorite part. Is anybody meets Maddie, he's a huge dude. He's a teddy bear, right? He's a teddy bear. He's just a loving dude. Guy but if you put that motherfucker in a mosh pit, he becomes a genuine murderer.
Play a C chord.
We hear a drop beat. Maddie's going to commit a crime. Yeah. Maddie's going to commit a crime. It's my fucking favorite thing, dude.
That's amazing. But yeah, speaking of the Yuki boys, we got to talk to them too. I want to get them on here.
I want to get both of them on here too, dude. I want to get, you know, I want to just say, because it was his birthday, I want to just say shout out Brella to League, dude. That's my boy. I love you, brother. I hope I get to see you soon. I haven't seen any of those guys in so long. I realized I haven't seen a single one of them since the pandemic started. It's been over a year, which is way too long.
Yeah, I mean, moving to the West Coast and coming back.
You were gone for even longer.
The only time I saw anybody within the past like 3-4 years now is I came back. Was it? I think, I don't know, 2019, like the end of for Christmas, and I went to that RL Grime show with Boombox, and it was at Avant-Garde.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was like the last time I saw anybody from that clique.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, because it's at the time of recording, they're saying that New York's allowed to open music venues, I think at like 33% capacity. Which is a third, which means it's starting to come back, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody in like the New York rave scene knows how much I'm gonna hug all of them.
Yeah, I'm
hugging every single one of you for way too long. And you know what I really can't wait for? Because I don't know if Richie probably doesn't watch this, but I have this weird tradition with Richie, Black Sheep.
Yeah.
And it happened once at the Knitting Factory, because there was this girl, I think her name was Laura. She was like one of like the like she like booked a lot of the shows, and she was like, as the stage manager for Vision, she was the one I would be in contact with like the venue. And she was like leaving the Knitting Factory, right? So they're having like a nice party for her, and she had like her office, and she was just getting rid of shit that was in her office. And I found like this little box. They just put it on the table, like free stuff, and they had this little box of like, you know, those glow in the dark stars you would put on your ceiling as a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool, and I took it. And then the show started, and I was just standing backstage. I was like behind the DJ booth. And I was looking at it, and I was like, I don't want to fucking hold this anymore. And Richie was just standing next to me. And I looked at him, I was like, hey, buddy, I got this for you, right? Just as a joke.
Just a single star?
No, it was like a box of them.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, hey, buddy, I got this for you. And he was like, oh, what? I was like, he was like, dude, I've always wanted these. I was like, okay, cool, dude. I was like, great. So he was so happy about it.
Made his night.
Now I like every Vision show, because they have them like once a month. I just started this weird tradition, and I genuinely cannot wait for the next time I see him. I would just, every time I would see him, I would just give him a random object. That was so weird. I'd be like, Richie, here you go, buddy. Like one time I gave him a cactus.
Nice.
And do you know how, like, I got to the point near the end of it that I just wanted to give him stuff that was inconvenient to have at a show.
Yeah.
So I gave him a fucking cactus. I gave him a DVD copy from Blockbuster of the movie Click. I was guessing shit. The rest, he's like, do you understand that this is like my favorite movie? And I was like, dude, I'm killing it right now, right? So like
the worst Adam Sandler movie.
Exactly. I'm not even going to say it out loud because I want to keep it a secret. But amazing. I'm Richie. I have some weird shit I'm gonna give you, pal. And I can't wait to do it. But like I love shit like that, bro. Like it's my favorite fucking thing.
No, I can't wait.
It's coming back. It's gonna happen again, buddy. We're so close.
Get Richie, get Revlo, get Ron.
I want to get all those motherfuckers on here.
Let's get you all on here.
Yeah, dude, it's my favorite.
I miss it so much. I can't wait, man.
Dude, hey, buddy. We're so close.
We are.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel finally.
Yeah.
And it's on our way back. Granted, who knows what the music industry or the New York rave scene is going to be like after this? None of us know. None of us have any idea. It's all up in the air. But exactly. You're right. I said it. Someone was talking to me. He was like, dude, you can't wait for festivals to come back. I was like, listen, I will settle for a guy playing a banjo on a box in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
I'll fucking settle for that. I'll take it at this point.
I mean, I could break the guitar back out.
Do you wanna end the show with that?
And on a little
a little tune.
Oh wait, this?
That little thing?
Oh. Take him out, Gerard.
Hello? Is this Have you ever wondered what it's like to have two balls the size of watermelons? Come on down to Gerard's Ford to come get your new Ford F-150.
Not Ford.
Not Ford. Chevy Ford. I don't fucking know at this point.
Ford.
I'm dropping. I don't know. I'm fucking this up so bad. I don't even give a shit. I'm just gonna have this tequila. Hello, who is this? Yeah? Got you. Okay, great. Guys, I'd like to thank all of you. Keep going. Don't stop. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out to our show tonight. Thank you for listening to Thinky Thoughts. It's an honor. It has been an honor to do this for you, for me, for Aidan. I love all of you genuinely. This is the closest. I swear to God, I'm getting like nostalgia for like how people end shows and shit like this right now.
Oh, speaking of just
what?
The Thinky Thought.
Go for it. Thinky Thoughts.
This is episode 10. We made it to episode 10.
Our 10th episode. Double digits, baby. What the fuck is good? I'm so excited now. So we need to take a shot now.
An outro is appropriate.
Here we go.
Thanks for joining us.
No shoots. No shirt. What the fuck are shoots? I'm fucking this up.
We gotta go.
I'm dropping the ball so bad.
It's the weirdest outro we've ever had.
It's my favorite, though.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys. This was really fun.
We made it to episode 10. Big things coming up.
This doesn't sound right because usually when you hit like episode 100, keep going. Don't stop. You get to episode 100, you're like, let's do 100 more. We made it to episode 10. 10 more, baby. Let's go. Episode 20. We're ending the podcast. I'm totally joking. All right. I love you all. I'm gonna go get more drunk. Aidan, maybe you'll get drunk with me. Probably not. But it's okay, guys. I love all of you. Thank you for listening.
Thanks.
Love each other.